Alright, so this is the Samsung Galaxy M32 smartphone. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. Now I'm gonna start with the size of the phone itself. It is, as usual as phones are today, it's pretty big. It's tall and it's thicker than what I expected it to be before buying the phone itself. Now speaking of the frame, it has a power button and volume button obviously, but this time the power button isn't as it is on different phones. In fact, it's much stronger, larger and comfortable when you press it. It is a fingerprint scanner. Now at first when I read this, I didn't believe it, neither did I know it. But then when I actually read about it and tried it out, I realized that it is a fingerprint scanner. Speaking of that, it also has face recognition. So the phone has face recognition and a fingerprint scanner in this price range. That's about 15,000 rupees and 17,000 rupees for the high version. This is the high version, 128 GB with 6 GB RAM. Gaming, not that great on it, but it doesn't lag though. Now considering the fact that it is a very cheap phone, when you buy it, you get a lot of pre-installed unnecessary applications. I wouldn't name those applications, but when I bought them, I literally don't use even 3/4 of those applications that were pre-installed into this device. Obviously, you had the option to uninstall them, and some of them you just couldn't because the companies that made those softwares actually paid Samsung money to keep it pre-installed into the phone when you buy it. You can't help that because it just happens so because of the price of the phone. Now let's turn to the actual gaming part of the phone. It can run casual games. By that I mean like really casual games, like something that doesn't take the processing power of the device. And those games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about graphic intensive games like Call of Duty Mobile. I'm talking about really simple games like Subway Surfers. But I tested it out and the phone doesn't heat a lot while playing those games, but it does when you're playing graphic intensive games. Watching videos or movies, after some time it does. I noticed that when I was playing video games and watching something, the battery percentage dropped by about 7%. 6000 mAh battery dropped by 7%. Again, if you're playing a multiplayer game, it's going to take more battery because it's multiplayer. If you're playing a single player game like casual games, I said, it's not a big deal. Now, I was pretty impressed with the camera of the phone. For a phone at this price, quad cam, it's alright. It isn't great for video shooting, and I'll tell you why in a few seconds. And it isn't great under artificial light. So if you're taking photos for social media, if you're making videos for YouTube or any other platform, it isn't the best. But if you're taking some footage that you actually want in natural daylight, it's pretty good. And I was impressed by it looking at the price of the phone. And it comes with a depth sensor. One of the 4 lenses on the phone is a depth sensor. And the problem with this depth sensor is it's not really well done. Every time you're clicking a photo or every time you're recording a video, the depth sensor tends to adjust while it's recording. So it basically means while you're recording a video, whether it's outside or indoors, it's going to adjust so many times that it's going to make at one point in time your face or the subject in front of the camera blurred. It's not something I like. I think it's a problem with this particular phone and not phones in this price range, because other phones in this price range that I've tried, they're pretty good. Depth sensor isn't as bad as it is here. They don't have a quad camera, but it's a much better than this. Photographs though, they're much better. Macros and portrait mode, that's actually well done. However, videos could have been improved a lot more. Now, coming to the software, the user interface is exactly the same as you would see on other Samsung phones. And this is built on top of Android 11. And there is the new Android update, Android 12. So if you receive the update, it can upgrade to Android 12. But when I bought the phone, it came with Android 11, obviously the modified version of Samsung, and that's the case with every phone. Now, I personally don't like the look of Samsung's modified Android. For some reason, it just doesn't look appealing and attractive. Their default wallpapers and customization isn't great at all. You can start customizing it by downloading different wallpapers and themes if possible, but the overall software is built on Android 11. It works fine, it's responsive enough, and it's okay. Alright, so that's it. We've come to the end of the review of the Galaxy M32. If you liked the video, thumbs up, loved it, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.